We'll have a moment of silent meditation and pledge to the flag. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Call to order this meeting of the Monongalia County Commission of November 4th, 2020. All commissioners are present, and we'll begin with consent and approval. Good morning, Renetta.
We have no exonerations, no minutes, vouchers, general county fund, $26,132.53, coal severance, $112.35, magistrate court, $30.33, Mason-Dixon Park, $2,030.97, purchasing card vouchers, general county, $785.18, general school, $10,110, Mason-Dixon Park, $606.42, for a voucher total of $39,807.78. Position vacancies for boards and authorities: the Western Board of Zoning Appeals, Mon County Planning Commission, Mon County Development Authority, Camp Muffley Advisory Board, Abandoned Dilapidated Enforcement Agency, Mason-Dixon Park Advisory Board, Region 6 Planning and Development Council, Historic Landmarks Commission, Mountaineer Trail Network Authority. Fiduciary orders for November 4th, 2020, and itemized statement of services for George Armistead.
Move for approval.
Second.
It's been properly moved and second for approval. All in favor? Aye. Thank you. I don't see anybody, but is there any introduction of new employees or personnel changes? Seeing none, we will move on to comments from the public. We're now open for comments from the public. Seeing no public coming forward, we're now closed for comments from the public. Colleen, do we have grants? We do not have grants, so we'll begin with our public hearing. This is a public hearing regarding a proposed amendment to Project Plan Number 1, the Project Plan Amendment, of the Tax Increment Financing District known and designated as the County Commission of Monongalia County Redevelopment District Number 1, Star City, the TIF district. And speaking for this, first of all, and giving the information, will be Tom Amon. Tom, you're up.
Thank you, Commissioner Hawkins. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Okay, very good. So this is a continuation of our proceedings with respect to this. Just to refresh everyone, this is the TIF project at Star City where the Commission had previously issued bonds for the purpose of a road improvement project along Boyers Avenue. That project involved widening the road, improving the streetscape, also some property acquisitions that were needed in connection with that road widening, and some dilapidated structures were acquired and demolished. That project is completed. That project created some green space along Boyers with some vacant properties that are the town feels would be attractive for commercial development. So they would like to try and market and attempt to sell those properties for redevelopment purposes. In order to do that, we would need an amendment of the existing project plan for that TIF district that specifically authorizes that to occur. And the existing bond documents would provide that if that property were to be sold for redevelopment purposes, the proceeds would have to be used to pay off the existing bonds. And then if there were to be any surplus, then those monies would then go into the TIF fund for the district to be used for other permitted TIF projects in the district. So the resolution before the Commission today would authorize an amendment of the existing project plan that would allow for this marketing and sale of the properties along Boyers, except for single-family residential purposes. pursuant to a stipulation of the West Virginia Development Office in that regard. So a public hearing is needed on the project plan amendment, and that's been published in the newspaper and on the commission agenda for today, then followed by a resolution authorizing the submission of that project plan amendment to the West Virginia Development Office for consideration of approval. Happy to answer any questions anyone may have on that.
No, I don't have any questions.
I see no questions. Since this is a public hearing, and we will now call upon anybody who wishes to speak for this project. Seeing no one come forward, is there anyone opposed to said project? Seeing nobody coming forward, then I will go ahead and conclude this public hearing. Correspondence.
Okay, so I have the first quarter, July through September of 2020, levy report for the Monroe Trails Conservancy, and that is the only thing that I've received.
Okay.
I have a letter from Thistledown Estates Board of Directors. Basically, the letter's concerning the increased tractor-trailer traffic around the pilot and around their surrounding community. And I'll refer this to the DOH, but they're requesting better signage, better placement of existing signs, possible rumble strips, and any financial assistance for aid in reconstruction of the entrance and roadways. So I'll pass that on to them.
Any correspondence, Sean?
No.
Okay. Unfinished business.
None.
We'll be going to bring up the...
Oh, if I can, I've asked for Jimmy Smith to come. I ran into him today, and
Where's the county clerk's office today?
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
yes, I'm sorry.
An update on the Catherine's Knob Tower situation. We've gotten all of our prop studies and engineering studies back on this tower. As you know, we were looking to potentially move and lease a tower that was 0.7 miles down the road. The prop study showed that we would lose way too much coverage in the western end by moving this tower. So it's determined that, according to the prop studies, to stay in the current location, but to put up a 340-foot tower instead of the 480-foot tower that exists there now. The current tower is in failure mode. It's critical that this tower is brought down. After speaking with representatives from Premier Construction, they are recommending that we bring this tower down within the next few weeks so that we can move forward with the construction of the new tower and get this project done within the next few months, hopefully. We will be receiving bids on bringing down the tower. The cost of the overall project, it's multiple projects here, bringing down the current tower and moving some equipment, then construction of a new tower. We're looking at significant costs. We're going to exceed $1 million in all the phases of this. But it's something that we need to do for the safety of the public. We are in the process right now of recreating ways to be able to continue to communicate with our first responders in the western end. Those communications will be limited. It looks like it's going to be more mobile communication than potential portable communication, which means that they will have to be in their vehicle to communicate back to the 911 center. We are looking at ensuring that responders in that area will still be able to communicate with each other even through their portables. They would just have to change to a different frequency. As you know, U.S. Cellular is also on this tower. It's going to affect the U.S. Cellular coverage in the Daybrook area, I would assume. There is another U.S. Cellular tower out on 218 down toward the Blacksville area. But the tower that we are looking to put up is a self-supporting tower compared to the guide tower that we have now. It's believed that these towers are structurally much more sound and in the long run, much less maintenance on a tower. So we will be meeting, having a phone meeting later today with Premier to go over some of the pricing for bringing down this tower.
So we will put this on the agenda next week?
Yes,
correct?
I'm going to, next Wednesday, have it on the agenda to approve a bid to bring down this tower.
Okay.
The meeting's actually Friday.
Friday, I'm sorry.
Oh, next Friday. Oh, Veterans Day is Wednesday.
Yes, sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Is there any other unfinished business?
No.
Okay, moving on to new business, then to consider for adoption a resolution of the County Commission which would authorize the project plan amendment for the TIF district, approve the submission of the project plan amendment to the West Virginia Development Office for consideration of approval, and approve other matters in connection therewith.
Move to adopt resolution as described.
Second.
It's been properly moved and second for adoption. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
Next, to consider for approval the assessor's certificate of compliance received from Kent Leonard, Commissioner, West Virginia Department of Agriculture.
Move to approve certificate of compliance as presented.
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded for approval. All in favor?
Aye.
Consideration to approve a maintenance and support agreement with IDEMIA Identity and Security USA, LLC, for the period of January 26th, 2021 through January 25th, 2022 for the live scan system at the Monongalia County Justice Center.
Move to approve maintenance support agreement as presented.
Second.
Been properly moved and second. All in favor?
Aye.
To consider setting a date for a public hearing regarding the resolution recommending the approval of the request by Suburban Lanes and Steve and Ginger Lorenz Trust to amend the West Run Planning District zoning map designation from industrial, M-2, to general commercial, C-2, of property legally described as Morgan Tax Map 4A parcels 19 and 19.1.
Do we have potential date?
Yes, your first reading will be November the 13th. Second reading and public hearing will be November 25th.
Okay. Move to approve public hearing dates as presented.
Second.
Properly moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
To consider for approval requisition number 33 for the Morgantown Industrial Park Series 2017A Phase 2 Project Fund.
Move for approval.
Second.
Been properly moved in second for approval. All in favor?
Aye.
Just for Renetta's going to tell us the amounts.
The requisition is for $121,466.35.
Okay. Okay, so noted. Reports from elected officials.
Did we vote?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We voted, and then she told us to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're a little.
I couldn't
I
remember.
was waiting for her to tell me, but you
Gotcha.
made the motion.
Sorry.
Carrie, do you have any report from?
No, sir.
Okay, you're my elected official present.
Yeah.
Okay. Reports from county commissioners. Tom?
Just wanted to thank all those people who did run for office. It's not easy to do that, and we will be canvassing the ballots Monday at 9 o'clock, and hopefully the election will be over when we're done, but I don't think so. And that's it.
Sean?
Since the last meeting, last Thursday, I participated in the city special committee on homelessness. Friday, we had staff reports, and then I had my Mon County Broadband Initiative Zoom call, and I was able to go to the Mohawk Bowl, and though it was kind of one-sided, it was still nice the fact that we were actually able to have it, and still move forward and get back to some sort of normalcy. Yesterday, as everybody knows, was election day. Today's a regular day. Tomorrow I have my MAP Executive Committee meeting in the morning. Friday we have staff reports. And there's a meeting at Mylan Park regarding the stakeholders that utilize the track. I talked to Coach Blanco last night, was hoping that he was participating because it's the same time as our staff report, so I probably won't be able to participate in that. But I'm really interested in the outcome. And of course, yesterday was the election. Carrie, I hope you got some sleep. Thank you. You did a wonderful job again, and a shining example to the rest of the state. And as Commissioner Bloom mentioned, thanks to everybody that did put their names out there to run, because it's certainly not an easy process, and sometimes it seems to be a thankless job. I do want to encourage everybody to continue COVID testing. There's testing today at the rec center from 9 to 4. Our percent positivity numbers have been creeping up a little bit, so we need to continue to get non-symptomatic people out to test so that we can break the cycle and find where the virus is in our community. Our infection rate's also creeping up, but that's a byproduct of a lot of testing sometimes. So again, I encourage people to continue to test now that the election's over, and now that COVID isn't a political issue. We still need to focus on it and continue to try to drive this virus out of our community. So that's all I have.
Thank you. Since our last meeting, I did attend a Zoom meeting of the CVB. This is a task force that will be trying to deal with issues that may be detrimental to our CVB at the state level, and also to plan to see that legislation that might be forthcoming would be to enable our CVB even more. Speaking of what Jimmy said, remind the public that the U.S. Cellular Service in the Daybrook area, Fairview area, will be affected once this tower goes down, but keep in mind we're going to proceed as quickly as we can, hopefully to reestablish all the lines of communication there. Again, Carrie, I really want to give you my heartfelt thanks for everything that you do and have done in the past. Elections in Monongalia County, I think it was a testament last night that you were the subject of the national news, because all the reports that were coming from from the state were based on your reports. So that is quite a compliment, seeing the reports coming up, and we knew it. Perhaps the rest of the state didn't know it, but we knew where it was coming. So I'd like to thank you. And again, holding office is not an easy thing. So thank you for everybody who did participate in yesterday's election. And with that, I'll ask for an adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
We are adjourned.